So it's very simple. You're going to go to ServSafe.com. All right. ServSafe, for those of you who are not familiar, it is a food safety training, continuing learning, or continuing education provider, and it's one of the major and most reputable companies that does so. And they provide this food safety training and alcohol safety training and workplace training, interpersonal relations with employees, sexual harassment, implicit bias, things of that nature. They provide training and certification in those respective areas. And they are widely accepted throughout the United States. There are some states that do not accept all of the certifications that ServSafe offers. You can very simply go to their website, and we're going to, I'll click on several of the screenshots that I have provided for today's broadcast so that you can see where you can go and you can simply input the state that is of interest to you, and you can even narrow it down to the county respective to wherever your business will be established and where your principal office will be, and you can get the information to determine whether or not it is accepted in your respective area. Okay, so there is a cost for the training. The training used to be provided in person. I have done this on several occasions. Now they offer, much like other companies widely offer now, an online training option. Really cool. So you have, sorry guys. Wow. So you have the virtual nature of it, and that makes it much easier for you with regards to ensuring that you as owner are trained properly and well prepared to handle any food safety or alcohol or workplace safety or logistics that would come into play during your everyday operations. Okay, let's see here. So you'll notice here you have the food safety manager, handler, alcohol, allergens, proctors. I have proctored many times in the elementary and collegiate circuit. So that's, if you're familiar with the proctor, basically just someone who will monitor and administer the test, if you will. You can contact them if you're interested in that. Of course, you also see workplace, and you have login information there. You can create your login. You can purchase their training materials online, and you can, again, go through their online process for your certification. All right. Okay. You'll see here, take a class from an approved ServSafe instructor. So it's become, since we're in this digital age, which is so wonderful, this virtual age, you can even take classes from an improved ServSafe instructor online. You can use the self-study option, as I just mentioned, where you can purchase one of their training books and study materials. And like it says, you can work at your own pace and then log in, take the certification test or the exam online, and then receive your certificate. They also, keep in mind, for those of you, you know how I'm always talking about legitimacy, do not get yourself in a bad situation where you say, oh, well, I want to skip this process and I just want to go online and print a certificate, from some, template that I see, or pull basically what effectually is forging a certificate, don't do that, because they have also a means to validate your certificate. And I believe that's on the first page of their website. You'll see it when you visit ServSafe.com. All right? So legitimacy, in my opinion, is just the best way to go. I have a saying that standards only offend those who have none. Just raise your standards, people. It will serve you so much better. All right? Okay, so let's see. I'm just kind of going through some of the screenshots that I've taken so that you kind of have an idea of how to best navigate the website. All right. As I mentioned, regulatory requirements. We know that regulations are the equivalent of the law, right? We know how I feel about and my recommendations with regards to having at least a working knowledge of the general statutes or the law, the codification, the municipal code, the regulations. All of those things are effectually law that govern your respective line of business. Because we are going over strategic implementation planning for a restaurant or food truck, this would be core to the line of business for a restaurant or food truck, okay? I'm trying out different, as you can see, different locations, and it looks like we're gonna get some rain. We don't have any right now, but yeah, this is a work in progress, and I'm loving the growth. I hope you are as well, and I know that you're still enjoying the free learning at the very least, right? Okay, so as you see here to my left, okay, and it will be on the left when you go to the ServSafe website. You'll notice that you can key in the state, you can even key in the county, and you can either just touch on it or actually type it in, whatever your preference is. When you first touch on it, it will bring up a pop-up, and you notice there I touched upon North Carolina because of course that's the state where I reside and where my business, the principal office for my business, is located. So North Carolina, program name, food safety manager. You will have, again, the alcohol one or the handler one, whichever one you choose, and you'll be able to see that the certification expiration is a 5-year period, which is really good. Certification requirements, it says state requirement. Continuation, that means you need to continually have that ServSafe certificate, and it needs to be conspicuously displayed at your establishment. And you can take the certification as it says here. You can do it in a traditional classroom setting, or you can do it online. All right. You'll notice here for food handling, as I mentioned, and food manager, the greatest difference is from the managerial aspect versus the handling aspect of it. Now there's an expectation that both the food handler and the food manager will handle the food. With that being said, the major difference is just making sure that the staff all together are meeting that criteria for food safety, because at any time you can have an inspection of your food truck or your restaurant, and they can do this in an impromptu manner, and they can change your grade immediately, your sanitation grade. So these are the things that you want to make sure that you're always on point with, okay? Alcohol, the training is necessary so that you do not run the risk of losing temporarily or permanently your ABC licensure. If, for instance, you're not carding on a regular basis, and they do have undercover agents that will come through and that will test your location to see if you are following ABC regulations. So follow these very closely. Make sure your staff is well informed so you don't run into any problems and have any temporary setbacks with regards to your ABC sales.